Let me bring in now Richard Goldberg. He's a senior advisor at the Foundation for the Defence of Democracies, the FDD. Good to have you with us, Rich. So from what you've heard so far, from the noises coming out of Washington over the past couple of days, how do you think the talks are going? Do you think Prime Minister Netanyahu hasn't managed to get President Trump on side?
Well, I think the visit itself is rather historic. The fact that Prime Minister Netanyahu is the first foreign leader to meet with President Trump at the White House, the signal that is sending alone to all of our mutual adversaries, and by the way, some allies too that have not treated Israel so well over the last couple of years. And so far, all of the optics are excellent. A close relationship, side by side, not having distance between Washington and Jerusalem anymore. The biggest signal of all is to Iran right there, that there is not going to be sort of an incentive to escalate. There was over the last 15 months.
Yeah, on Iran, we are getting reports that President Trump is set to sign a memorandum which will be about resuming the maximum pressure campaign on Tehran. What does that mean? Does it mean military action to destroy Iran's nuclear sites is off the table?
It doesn't. What it does mean is that President Trump is returning to the playbook that was successful for him in the first term, and that is declaring maximum pressure on Iran, finding all the tools of leverage and pressure to squeeze the regime of financial resources, make it isolated diplomatically, ensure that there is a credible threat of military force should Iran decide it does not want to heed the warning of President Trump and continue across the nuclear threshold. And then Iran will have to make a choice. Does it want to be part of the community of nations? Does it want to give up its quest for nuclear weapons? Or does it want to see its regime crumble? And I think it's an important signal to the market right now and to the Iranians that he would sign that order. And it should be welcome news, not just in Washington, but in Jerusalem as well.
And of course, the other big issue on the table this week is normalization between Israel and Saudi Arabia. Israel expected to have to pay a price for relations with Saudi Arabia. Can you see Israel agreeing to at least a pathway towards a Palestinian state in return for normalization?
I think the optics right now and the signals coming out of the White House are excellent, and I think Prime Minister Netanyahu should see that and pick up on them. You think about the recipe of the first 4 years of the Trump administration: maximum pressure on Iran, maximum support for Israel. You got the Abraham Accords out of that recipe. 4 years of putting distance between Washington and Jerusalem and trying to cozy up and coddle the Islamic Republic of Iran got us things like October 7th and an inability to add Saudi Arabia to the Abraham Accords. So if we're going to be declaring maximum pressure on Iran, we're unity showing with the Israelis, I think you're going to be signaling to the Saudis, the recipe is back. Come on in for the win here. There will be a path to normalization.
Richard Goldberg at the FDD, thank you very much.